They were earth yellow elves, the king of yell in every imagined, when and ever sentient in the darkened of basement. It's an animal, she threw innocent. That's all, an animal. Maybe a cat, a good trap. Anyway, she has about a worm make a run for it. She over half the room in circle or two, when it's made in a bow, while it taking a fight with the two glowing yellow elves, half and in, two glowing yellow elves. Will fell, I will forward the punishment is under to a fat finger, and in the second two were running around it, she said, rising and training. And his voice the bows, and perfectly rationally, and quite sympathy, spoke to him, for I sent the moon of the strong.
Hello, George, he said. George blinked and looked again. He could hardly believe his eyes. It was like it's something out of a fairy tale or a movie where you know the animals talk and dance. If he had been 10 years older, he would not have believed what he was seeing. But he was not existing. He was 6. The light was far from good, but it was enough to make George Denbrough sure of what he saw. It was a clown, like in the circus or on TV. He looked like a cross between Boston and Clarabelle, the one who talked by blowing his horn and Hoodie Dolly on Saturday morning. Buffalo Bob was the only one who understood Clarabelle, and that always made George laugh. The face of the clown stuck in the storm mouth was white. He had comical tuft of red hair on either side of his fat bald head, and a big clown grin painting around his mouth. If George had lived years later, he would have thought of Ronald McDonald before Bosso or Clarabelle.
In the other, George's paper boat. Do you want your little boat, Georgie? The clown smiles. George smiled too. He couldn't help it. That smile was the type that one returns without meaning to. Of course, said George. The clown started to laugh. Of course, that's how I like it. That's how I like it. A balloon? How about it? You want a balloon? Well, yes, of course. I reached out my hand, but immediately withdrew it against his will. I should take anything that a stranger offered me. My dad said it. Oh, your dad is very right. The clown with the stormy mouth replied, smiling. George wondered how he could have believed that his eyes were yellow if they were bright blue, dancing like the eyes of his peers and mouth. Very good reason I believe it, so I'm going to introduce myself. George, I'm Bob Gray, also known as Pennywise, the dancing clown. Pennywise meets George Denbrough. George introduced you to Pennywise, and now we know each other, right? We are no longer strangers.
Right. He reached out again and pulled his backpack. How did you get in there? How did you get in there? The storm blew me away, said Pennywise, the dancing clown. Can you smell the circle, George? George leaned forward. Suddenly he smelled peanuts, roast peanuts, and white vinegar, the kind you put potato chips through a loaf in the linen, and it smelled of cotton candy of freeness, and also, finally, but powerful, of many powerful, the dance of wild animals, and smell exactly aroma of afterthought and jet.